Okay, so hello beautiful business-minded people. So maraming business owners ang busy buong araw, no? Tulad natin, serving customers, fixing problems, chasing sales. Pero at the end of the day, ang tanong nila sa sarili nila, siguro sasabihin ko nga is, ang tanong natin sa sarili natin is, am I really the CEO of my business or am I just another employee? Worst pa is, kung minsan tinatanong ko rin sa sarili ko, ako ba talaga ang boss dito? O ako yung inuutusan ng aking mga staff, no? Dahil kung minsan follow up sila ng follow up, parang teka muna, sino ba ang boss dito, no? Kaya today, anak, no, we will uncover etong topic na to dito from our guest talaga. Na bilib ako. Mapapabilib din kayo mamaya, I'm sure. Ito yung title ng show natin, The Strategy Blueprint. How small business owners like us can think like CEOs, no? Yung chief executive officers, no, ng mga malalaking company. Paano tayong mag-isip na tulad nila, no? So, ang ating special guest I will introduce later. But now, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Mami Negosyo. I've been a business owner for more than 40 years. Naging Chowking franchisee po ako ng 18 years. STI College licensee for 28 years. Educator din po ako. Tapos marami pang mga other business na ayokong ubusin yung oras natin dito. Kaya, sa mga experiences ko, nagkaroon ako ng desire na maging mentor para makatulong sa ibang mga entrepreneurs para mas madali naman ang inyong pag-grow easier and faster. So, every Tuesday po, nandito po tayo na meron po tayong Facebook Live at 3 o'clock and marami pa akong mga free videos sa almost lahat ng platforms at gusto pa ninyo ng free, download our starter kit at maminegosyo.com. And as you sign up sa maminegosyo.com, we will also be sending you updates through emails para makita ninyo kung meron na tayong mga free na inilalabas. So the link is in the chat and nakapin din sa comments. Okay? Now, today, we have a very special guest with us. No? He is someone who went from an intern to a CEO, hindi dahil swerte siya, no? Hindi dahil sa pogi siya, but because of his strategy, because of his leadership. Talagang grabe itong mamang ito. Yung kanyang leadership, grabe. Saludong-saludo ako. Systems, grabe siya mag-isip. No? Very systematic and of course, the standards. He is a very young man, you will see, but he's very smart and super galing talaga. Hindi ko alam kung paano ko pa siyang i-describe. Basta, you observe him and you will know what I mean. Kaya sabi ko sa kanya kanina alam mo coach, ikaw ang pinakabata sa lahat ng mga naging mentor ko. Kaya wag na natin patagalin, anak. Let's welcome my mentor, si Coach Migs Flores. Yan.
Thank you so much, Mami N. It's a privilege, alam mo naman, since the very first time I met you, I feel really honored. How much more dito sa iyong Meet My Mentor, I know how valuable this is. So maraming salamat po.
Yes, what a pleasure, Coach Migs. Okay, and welcome. So before we dive to today's topic, napaka-powerful ng topic natin. No? Can you share with our viewers yung konting kwento about yourself? Sino ka ba, Coach Migs? What do you do? And why are you so passionate about helping business owners think like CEOs?
Thank you so much, Mami N. Personally, no, for sa mga hindi pa po nakakakilala, my name is Migs Flores. I would say, no, we started from humble beginnings. Very humble. I used to work also. And allow me to really emphasize that, Mami N, kasi I am grateful that I once worked. Mamaya ikikwento ko kung bakit ako grateful. Pero isa yan sa mga grateful ako kasi naintindihan ko what it's like to work. Especially with people my age or people younger than me. They think na, oy, magtatayo na lang ako ng negosyo. Tapos, they don't know what it's like to work. So sometimes they're abusive of their people. So ako personally, since I experienced what it was like, then I now parang give dignity to every single person that works with me and works for me. Because alam ko yung experience Alam ko yung mga pinagdaanan nila. I worked for 2 years until such time that I used to be a salesman, Mami N, no? Ang pangalan ko noon is a business development consultant. Yan ang title ko noon. Akala ko ang ganda pakinggan, pero salesman lang pala ang ibig sabihin nun. And then, akala ko dahil magaling ako magbenta at sabi nila, ang negosyo daw ay nagsisimula kapag you know how to sell, akala ko ganun na siya kadali. So, I went into business and unfortunately, it failed. Hindi lang pala siya ganun kadali, hindi siya ganun kasimple. And at the down point of my experience when I was younger, That's when I met my mentor. I had the mentor also, no? Ang pangalan niya po si Coach Russ, and maybe for many people of our viewers, nakita na nila or na-meet na nila si Coach Russ. I became an intern. Ang tawag ko pa noon sa sarili ko is not an intern, it was an apprentice. Kaya siya tinawag na apprentice, Mami N, kasi alam niyo yung TV show, may TV show dati niyan eh. The Apprentice. Pinapanood ko yun. So sabi ko, yan tatawag ko sa sarili ko. I allowed myself to really just observe, kumbaga maging buntot, for lack of a better analogy, maging buntot ni Coach Russ just so I could learn what he does. Even if I used to work already. Parang sabi ko, there's nuggets of wisdom in which people does things and kailangan ko siyang matutunan. So, that's what I did. Little did I know, the more I learned, the more that I got myself involved. So, because I got myself involved, nangingialam na ako unti-unti. So, dati naman wala pang departments eh. Ano pa lang yan? It's a very lean team. Kami-kami lang, no? So, ako na yung humahandle ng sales, handle ng back-end, handle operations, admin. I got my wife now, no? My girlfriend at the time, to be the seminar admin. So sabi ko dun sa girlfriend ko nung time na yon, my wife now, "Oy, ikaw na mag-seminar admin dito. Bakit? Para couple na tayo. Hindi na tayo wala nang oras ng 5 PM magkita. Wala nang ganun. Sama tayo sa trabaho." So we got that together until such time that pandemic happened. And I could say na nakatulong tayo into making sure that the company thrives, not just survive, in the height of pandemic. So, in 2022, we re-established the corporation, and that made me the president and CEO of I Am Plus Coaching today. And my wife, is the COO. So, from the seminar admin, she handles the entire operations now. At doon ko na-realize, magandang kwento pala yun, no? Nagsimula ka from the very bottom, tapos na iangat mo siya pataas. There I realized a very powerful lesson, Mami N, and allow me to share this very briefly. Some employees, especially kung may mga empleyado tayong nanonood ngayon, hindi mo naman kailangan na magtayo ng negosyo sa labas. You just gotta be good at where you are at, because when the owner sees how great you are, eventually, there is a potential for you to become their partner. The reason I could say so is because that's what happened to me. True. So, little did I know, when I became the CEO and president, it brought I Am Plus to where it is now. From not being known to right now, I could say na tumalon tayo sa mainstream. In the same way, I duplicated the processes. So sabi ko, lahat ng mga ginawa natin that has been found effective, I wanna document it, and then I wanna duplicate it. So we documented the processes, we duplicated it to our clients. Kaya right now, allow me to say, Mami N, it paved the way for us co-owning other companies. So right now, we are the director of strategy for the Genesis group of companies, because their entire corporate development has been patterned after our system and after our processes. In the same way, we created a Netflix for personal development. Nagsisimula pa lang siya ngayon. It's been 10 months since we've put that out. It's called Exponential University. So we put up a general manager there, but we retain to be the chairman. And then, yung ating mga documented processes, we actually put up a platform in which business owners and companies can duplicate it for themselves. Yan naman yung ginagawa ni Prime Consultancy Corporation. So, we've created like a network, I would say, an ecosystem where one business will complement others. Ayun po.
Thank you so much. So I am looking at what you shared. I typed it, document and duplicate, and then create an ecosystem. So yung mga para sa akin, I totally agree with you with my experience. Ang dami kong pagkakamali sa negosyo. Yung mga ibang tao na gustong magnegosyo, kung ano-ano, merong nagpa-parlor, tapos may hardware, tapos may lechon manok, hindi siya ecosystem. Siya magulo. Samantalang yung ginawa mo ay ecosystem. Magandang business strategy yan. Kasi one will support the other, support the other, tapos together you are strong. Diba? So, ang galing talagang. Saludong-saludo ako sa iyo, Coach Mig.
Yeah, ang ganda nung sinabi mo, Mami N, Ako kasi, I firmly believe in one thing. I used to do that also, Mami N, when I was younger.
Halo-halo.
Tayo ng coffee shop dito, tayo ng bar on the hand. Aaminin ko po, lahat ng ginawa kong parang halo-halo ay nalugi. So, kaya alam kong hindi siya gumagana kasi ako mismo is a recipient na nalugi din yung negosyo ng ganyan. And I realize kasi when focus is distracted and there's no one concrete direction as to where to move, everybody suffers.
Right.
So, sabi ko nga, yung ibang negosyo, mas maganda pa nung isa lang branch mo kasi natututukan mo, kumikita yung branch na yon. Nung dumami yung branch na wala yung focus, lahat nag-suffer. So, that's why, ang ganda po ng point na binanggit nyo around ecosystem, there has to be one concrete direction alone, which means one group of clientele to serve multiple times.
Right.
That way, the trust is established, number one. Number two, the relationship is established kasi nakikita nila, uy, kapag meron akong kailangan sa aking negosyo, kailangan ko lang tawagan si Coach Migs, bahala na siya kung anong papagawa niya sa akin. And then, number three, that's continuous service for me. So, continuous service, of course, is continuous income or continuous profit, I would say. Ayun po.
Continuous service equals continuous income. Tatype ko to para hindi mo wala. Okay, so nakikita nyo na, no? Wala pang 10 minutes, ang dami ng gems of wisdom na nasi-share nitong young man na ito, no? Actually, sa tunay na buhay, pag makita nyo siya, kung wala siyang bigote at walang salamin, hindi nyo expect na ganyan siyang mag-isip. Kasi totoy na totoy talaga siya. Pero he's really a very, very smart man. Kaya ini-imagine ko, paano na lang kaya ang itsura mo pag kasing edad mo na si Coach Russ, no? It's Coach Russ Huson, ng pareho naming mentor, si Coach Russ Huson. Okay, so, nung last time na nag-usap tayo, Coach Migs, is you mentioned na meron kang 6 na strategies na pwedeng i-share sa amin tungkol sa how small business owners can think like CEOs. Kasi very clear naman, iba kang mag-isip. So, ang pag-iisip mo is CEO. Kung baga, parang sinasabi mo, pag okay na yan, no? Pag okay na yan, document and duplicate. Tapos, ipamigay na sa iba. Huwag nang gawin. At focus naman sa ibang bagay. Okay? So, yeah, let's dive in, no? So, 6 na strategies. I'd like to hear the first one, Coach.
The very first strategy na ako, allow me to always say this. Kasi ako, I started as an intern. Nabanggit ko yun, no?
Intern, walang bayad?
Yes, walang bayad.
Oh,
OJT, para siyang OJT. Ngayon na lang naman na parang nagkakabayad. Di ba dati wala naman talagang ganun?
Sahod ka, tapos parang kahit na walang sahod, basta matuto lang ako kay Coach Russ.
Yes. Oo, yun yung talagang ginawa ko noon. Bakit? I treat it as an education. Ito yung mindset ko dyan, Mami no? Kung sa education nga, continuous education, ako yung nagbabayad. Ito, kahit hindi na ako bayaran, basta wala rin akong bayaran, basically. So, nakakatipid ako nun. Ngayon, ang mindset ko, worst comes to worst, is I can always look for a job. That was my mindset when I was 21 at that time. Ang mindset ko nun, my biggest asset was my age. Bata pa ako so madaling mag-apply. So, ang thinking ko nun, worst comes to worst, I could always look for a job. Pero, what if hindi ako umabot sa worst? So, kaya ang first principle ko talaga is to evolve by learning and then leading. Ito yung lagi ko sinasabi, particularly doon sa mga gusto mag-CEOs or maybe nasa stuck na as a CEO. There's a lot of opportunity right now. There's a lot of means and ways to make money. However, personally, I feel like it also serves as a distraction. Dahil sa dami ng oportunidad at sa dami ng maaaring paraan, everybody wants to bite, but nobody wants to swallow. So, because people are distracted, walang na-accomplish, walang natatapos. So, ang pinaka-first principle that I'd like to share here is, rather than take on all of the opportunity, master one thing. Diba, sabi nga, before you can document something, it has to be effective first. So, master one thing before you influence. Master one thing before you document. Master one thing before you duplicate. Personally, in my life, the very thing that I mastered on is sales. Yan talaga, no? Siguro nakatulong na yun din yung first job ko. So, I really wanted to be a master of selling. I may not be a master of tech, I may not be a master of operations, but I'm a master of selling. So, yun yung naging unique value ko bilang CEO to every business that I put into. So, personally, master it first and then that's the time you can document it, that's the time you can duplicate it. Ang importante kasi sa akin, Mami N, is may natatapos. So, allow me to be upfront na, no? Kunwari, CEO to CEO naman tayo na nag-uusap, particularly with your audience. Ang importante kasi may natatapos, hindi yung puro tayo meeting, puro tayo brainstorming, puro strat plan. Ang dami-daming meeting, walang pera doon. I'd rather go into what I would consider as high productivity activities, which is personally, it's the boring, consistent strokes rather than high intensity, high energy, high enthusiasm pero walang natatapos. Ayun po.
So, high productivity activities. Ano
Yes.
yun?
So ano-ano yung mga high productivity activities? I would say, no, ito nga, number one, ito yung mga characteristic na boring pero consistent. Client meetings, sourcing for leads, creating marketing pubmats or publicity materials, no, for marketing. Yan yung mga high productivity activities kasi yan yung magdadala ng negosyo. Offline, not just online marketing, including offline marketing, going to events, networking with people. I would rather spend more time on that because yan yung high productivity na mga tasks rather than ano naman yung mga low productivity tasks na sometimes is necessary pero kung sumobra na ay it's a waste of time. Napakadaming brainstorming. Again, it's necessary sometimes. Pero kung parang puro na lang tayo brainstorming, number 2, puro na lang mancom meetings or management meetings or meetings with your staff, for me, it's a waste of time kapag sumobra. Bakit? Kasi magtataka ka, bakit yung mga tao mo, wala nang natatapos na trabaho, patawag ka ng patawag ng meeting, paano man matatapos yan? So personally, as a CEO, what I do is, I expect my culture to be a master of our crafts. And then, mag-a-align kami into one meeting, for example, start of the week, and then, I'll get out of the way. Ano yung get out of the way? Huwag ko na sila munang pakialaman. Hayaan ko silang magtrabaho, hayaan ko sa kanilang mag-deliver nung kailangan nilang gawin. From there, I gotta do what I do best, which is as a CEO, I represent my company. I need to know who my market is, and I need to go where they are. Kaya sa papuntahin ko sila sa opisina ko, ako na yung pupunta sa kanila. Because that's where the business is. So, yan po ang aking first strategy. Master it, and then influence rather than control everything. Ayun.
Okay. Master and then influence, no? Rather than control everything. So, getting out of the way. Naku, mabuti hindi ako guilty dyan sa pamiting ng pamiting dahil ako'y tamad mag-meeting. So, yes, I realized that as well. No, when I was younger, talagang mahilig akong mag-meeting. Halos araw-araw wala nang matapos yung mga tao ko. Pero I'm glad na I'm on the right track now. Thank you so much, no? Okay, so at this point, magsisingit lang ako, no, yung kaninang nabanggit ko kasi maraming hindi pa dumating, no. So if you need free resources, if you need help in your business, download our starter kit sa maminegosyo.com. Okay, so mabigat ang first principle ng na-share ni Coach Migs, no? Master one thing before you influence. Pangalawa naman, excited naman akong matutunan yung pangalawa. Ano yung second strategy, Coach?
Before I say the second strategy, Mami N, allow me to provide the context muna. Marami kasing business owner is, I don't know, no? Maybe many of our viewers are going into this as well, na parang nasa stuck na sila. Napapagod, na-exhaust, na-burnout. Pero, maybe meron tayong mga business owners na nakikinig ngayon na may pera naman. Kung titingnan mo, di ba? Parang, mayaman naman. Or if not mayaman, I would say that they have more than enough. And yet, they're stuck. It's for me, no, palaisipan yon sa totoo lang, Mami N, na parang, bakit nung mga panahon na wala ka pang pera at yung negosyo mo mahina, yung excitement mo mataas, you are hopeful, even if, parang quote-unquote, pananampalataya lang yung pinangahawakan mo, kasi wala ka pang pera nun, hindi ka pa successful. Pero, bakit nung naging successful ka na, nung ikaw ay nagkaroon na ng pera, maganda na yung tinatakbo ng negosyo, dun ka pa na-stuck, dun ka nawalan ng time for your family, dun ka nawalan ng kalayaan, I would say. And so I realized is because nung nagsisimula ka with your business, you were a creator. You are a visionary, you are imagining things, you are excited because you wanna create something. However, nung lumaki na at gumanda ang iyong negosyo, you stop becoming a creator, you've become an operator. Ano yung operator? Status quo na lang, ino-operate mo na lang yung negosyo, mine-maintain mo na lang siya. That's why the life has been taken out of you. The energy has been taken out of you. That's why my second principle, Mami N, is I want you to shift back from operator mode to creator mode. Dito napapasok yung sinabi ko, Mommy N, a while ago. The moment that you've mastered something, you gotta be able to document it so you can duplicate it. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Document every effective process and then hire someone to do it. For me, Mommy N, when you're starting, particularly kung meron tayong mga business owners dito, yan ang purpose ng pera. The moment you make money, the money of the company is not your money. So, kailangan magkahiwalay talaga ang business money sa kapersonal. So, after the business has been taken care of, then that's the time na pwede kang kumuha dyan ng dividendo mo or profits or profit share mo, no? Pero secondary yon. Now, why am I saying that? The main purpose of money in the business, first and foremost, and you may share your insights also with this, Mami Ena. However, for me personally, one of the main purpose of money to scale right away is to hire. More than ilagay sa marketing, maganda naman lahat yan, pero nag-market ka, pero wala namang magpo-fulfill ng service kasi kulang ka sa tao. So, mahihirapan ka. So, the main purpose of money is to hire. Ano yung gagawin nung newly hired mo na tao? Yung sistemang i-document mo from what you've mastered. Yun yung sinasabi ko a while ago. After you've mastered something, you document it and then you hire somebody so this person can duplicate your process for you. Bakit? Para mawala na yung iisipin mo about the operations. Maybe nagko-QA ka na lang or quality assurance or maybe nagche-check ka na lang in terms of progress. However, meron ka ng ample time for you to look at the company from a vision perspective. Are you still on track? Are you not on track? Yung movement ba ng kumpanya, tama yung pinupuntahan or nawawalan ng direksyon? Yung mga bagay kasi na yan, Mami, and naiisip mo yan kapag wala ka masyadong iniisip. So, the way to go about it is talagang take the load off your mind for a bit so that you can become on creator mode. That's number 2, Mami.
Yan, thank you very much, no? So, go into the creator mode. At saka, hindi lang Coach Migs as a role natin, no, ng mga business owner. I know that there are employees who are watching here at the same time ngayon. If you are an employee and you think like an employee, hanggang kailan ay hanggang doon na lang ang iyong future. But if you can think like a CEO, like Coach Migs, no, bago siya naging partner ni Coach Ras, siya ay nag-isip na bilang CEO. Kaya ang kanyang technique dito, sana matutunan natin, ayusin, tapos i-document, tapos ipamigay, mag-hire ng ibang tao na gagawa para you can continue to be a creator, to do what you can do best. Kasi hindi lahat ng tao creator. No, I hope even the employees here watching, no, you know that para umasenso, for you to be treated seriously by your boss is to start thinking like a CEO. Okay? Ipamigay. No, konting shameless plug, no. Meron kaming course na bagong course, ang tawag doon ay Get One Task Off Your Plate. Kung baga sa dinami-dami ng ginagawa mo, pwede mo bang i-delegate ito? Paano mong i-delegate ng tama na hindi babalik uli sa iyo? Nandoon po sa course na yon. In case you're interested, we will post the link to Get One Task Off Your Plate. That is a online course, purely online lang po yon. At napakadaling i-consume, pero kailangan ninyong i-implement. Yan, no? So, nakita ko na maraming nag-type ng letter C. I'm very happy that you are following, okay? Kailangan creator tayo as business owners. Yan. That's strategy number 2. Now, strategy number 3, Coach Migs.
Alright, ito, strategy number 3 para to sa mga katulad ko na couples, no, who are in the business. Ito, sasabihin ko muna yung strategy and then I'll explain after. Be ambitious in business but content in lifestyle. Dadaanin ko to sa personal finance also. Ang mindset ko po kasi sa personal finance is I wanna be ambitious with my income. Bakit? Because ang income is not even the sky is the limit. There's no limit. 'Di ba? Marami nagtatanong, ano ba ang gagawin? Magtitipid ba or titingnan yung income? Ako personally, mas geared ako towards income creation kasi walang limit. One of my principle, Mami N, is I can never make my expenses go zero, but I can always make my income higher. So I wanna be ambitious in my income. However, dito papasok yung second principle, but I wanna be content with my lifestyle. Because no income is never enough for an inflated lifestyle. Ang ibig sabihin ng inflated lifestyle, Mami N, is maluho. So, maluho sa personal na finance, So dahil maluho, walang perang ever enough. Kahit 1 million a month pa yung kitain mo, pero kung napakamaluho mo naman, never yan magiging enough. Kung kahit ang kita ng negosyo mo 5M a month, pero laging gusto mo makipagsabayan sa mga nasa paligid mo who are richer than you, no money is ever enough. That's why be ambitious in your income, be inspired with the revenues of your colleagues na mas malaki sa'yo. Pero I want you to be content with your lifestyle. Now, particularly for couples, Mami N, feeling ko kasi mas reflection ito ng personal finance rather than business finance. Kasi kung yung personal finance hindi na natin makontrol, guaranteed ang business finance hindi rin natin makokontrol. So, anong ibig sabihin ko noon? Ilang business decision na ba yung nagawa mo na hindi naman nagbibigay ng pera, pero dahil lang gusto mo makipagsabayan ng yabang, ay gumastos ka ng milyon kahit na wala siyang sense. Example, nag-construction ka ng office na pagkamahal-mahal, hindi naman pala kaya ng revenue mo for now. Pero, for the aesthetics, maganda. Pero, question no, sa ating mga viewers, is it really wise? One of the companies that I worked with, we reconstructed and renovated our office into, I could say, no, it looks like a Google office in Cavite. Sana mabisita mo, Mami N. And it only cost me 10% for the entire cost of my profits. What's my point? The reason why I could afford, I would say, and I could be able to reconstruct my office into something as beautiful as that is because 10% lang naman yung ginastos ko for that. So, okay lang. In a few months time, mababawi ko rin lahat ng iginastos ko doon. However, nakita ko yun, no? Ang daming nag-visit, tapos nagandahan sa aking opisina, nagsunuran, ang daming gumaya. Ang problem, yung revenue naman nila is hindi kasing laki nung akin. Yung profit nila is hindi kasing laki nung akin. In fact, malayo. So, anong nangyari? It caused them stress, pressure. Ngayon, kailangan na nilang pukpukin yung mga tao nila para magdagdag ng sales. Which for me is very unnecessary kasi yung pressure na yon should not begin in the first place if hindi ka nag-make ng unwise decision of renovating nang hindi ka pa handa. Marami namang other options for now. Maybe kapag mas malaki na yung kumpanya, then that's the time na makapagpa-renovate ka. But for now, be wise in your finance. Ayun po.
Yeah. Galing ako doon, yung may belte, pagpasok. Yan. So, ang ganda po ng kanilang office. You talagang parang after that, pagbalik mo sa sarili mong opisina, teka, wala na akong ganang magtrabaho. So, yeah. No, so true maraming mga tao na meron din kaming mga kakilala na porke yung kanilang kaibigan ay bumili ng ganitong property, eto merong pre-selling na kondo, nakibili din sila. Pero hindi nila alam kung magkano yung kinikita ng kanilang kaibigan na bumili ng pre-selling na kondo, na sila naman bumili din na hindi nila kailangan. Kaso saan nila kinuha yung pera? Sa negosyo. Kaya, yan, naghingalo ang negosyo, na-affect yung negosyo. Eventually, nag-give up pa rin nila yung kondo na hindi nila nakayanang bayaran. So, nasayang yung kanilang ibinayad. Dahil nga, tama yun, no? Masakit mang aminin, pero yabang talaga. Yabang talaga yung behind that. Okay. So, Coach Migs, nasa kalagitnaan na tayo ng ating show. Okay lang ba na mag-commercial break?
Commercial break po.
Yan. Paano kung ipapasa itong ginagawa ko kung ako lang ang nakakaintindi? Minsan, iniisip mo, baka ako lang talaga ang dapat gumawa. Kasi pag pinasa mo, may mali, kulang, balik sa'yo. Pero anong kapalit? Pagod, overwhelmed, at walang growth. The truth is, hindi mo problema ang team mo. Kulang ka lang sa malinaw at repeatable na training system. And that's exactly what I created this course for. Para sa mga negosyanteng gustong magpasa ng maayos, ng minsanan, ng hindi pa ulit-ulit. Yan yung nabanggit ko kanina na course natin na bago. Get one task off your plate. So, yan ang course na kailangan nating matutunan kung gusto nating mag-delegate. If you believe or if you agree kay Coach Migs na ang trabaho natin ay bilang creator, pagkatapos na nating mag-gets yung tamang dapat na gawin, i-document na natin at ipasa na natin, i-delegate na natin. Yan, no? And if you're interested, the link for the Get Your Task task off your plate training. Online training lang po ito, so you can do it anytime. Kahit na nandun tayo sa sementeryo on the day of the undas, pwede yun. No? So, yon. Okay, so tapos na tayo sa first 3 strategies, Coach. No? Pang-apat naman, ano naman ito?
Thank you for that, Mami N. I hope marami pong natutunan yung mga viewers natin, and I guess this is coming from my personal experience as I've gone through business myself and still continually doing it. So, ano pa po natin yan. So, number 4 is moving from survival mode to systems thinking. Yan yung principle natin dyan. Ano ibig sabihin nun? I just wanna provide context. Many business owners, para silang tinitreat nila yung negosyo nila na isang kahig, isang tuka pagdating sa problem solving. No, yes. May problema, iso-solve, and then may problema ulit, iso-solve, may problema, iso-solve. No wonder, Mami N, kaya po siya nakakapagod. Kaya po siya nakaka-burnout, nakaka-stress kasi lagi na lang may problema. And let me be real, Mami N, kapag nasa negosyo tayo, hindi naman talaga mauubusan ng problema. There's only one way para mawalan ng problema. Huwag na mag-ambisyon, di ba? And even then, even in the maintenance mode, sabi nga nila, if you're not growing, you're dying. So, ibig sabihin, if you're just maintaining, may problema ka pa rin. Hindi talaga mawawala yung problema. However, kaya maybe hindi siya nasosolve is because ang treatment natin is may sunog, then fire extinguish, and then may sunog ulit, and then fire extinguisher. My suggestion is, rather than get into that level of survival mode, is go into what I call systems thinking. Again, babalik pa rin tayo dun sa first principle that I sent a while ago. Dapat yung pagsosolve ng problema, meron na siyang nabubuong SOP. To be updated, not regularly, but to be updated as we go along. So, dapat, kunwari, merong problema, dapat na-highlight yon. Anong specific na problema? Bakit nagkaroon ng problema? Yun dapat yung pinag-uusapan sa meeting. Hindi lamang sa kung paano natin sinolve yun and then magpahinga na muna tayo. Hindi. Ano yung problema? Kaya nga importante yung tinatawag natin, Mami N, na debriefing process eh. Every time there is a situation, dapat dinidebrief yan. Anong nangyari? Paano nangyari? Bakit nangyari? And then, if we encounter something like that again, ano na yung step-by-step nating pwedeng gawin? Bakit? So that when you delegate it, they know what to do. The problem with certain business owners, and allow me, maybe ikaw to, no, na negosyante, ine-expect mo agad na yung tao mo, alam agad yung gagawin, hindi mo naman naturuan. Isa yan sa mga lagi kong sinasabi, Mami N, no, na parang, how unfair is it for you to call out your people that you have not trained to begin with? Ang sabi nila, hindi, dapat alam niya na. Hindi naman ganun yun. Magkakaiba tayo ng kinalakihang environment. Therefore, magkakaiba tayo ng way of doing things. Maybe their way is not your way. Now, ang gusto mo, ikaw may-ari, gusto mo, yung way mo yung masunod, ituro mo. Visually, kung makagawa ka ng video, personally, ito ina-advocate ko, Mami N, no? Kapag meron akong gustong ituro, hindi lang siya pwedeng written. Kailangan written, auditory, audible, and video. Bakit ako fan ng video training, Mami N? Kasi once ko lang siya gagawin, pero pwede na siyang paulit-ulitin ng mga tao. And whenever I get to train people, Mami N, kailangan kasi may repetition, paulit-ulit nilang ginagawa. Hindi ko ma-expect na pakinggan nila ako once, tapos they already know how to do it. So kailangan they watch it again and again and again until it becomes part of their second nature. Ayun po ang principle number 4, thinking in terms of systems.
Yan. Thank you so much. No? Actually, dinescribe mo yung course ko na Get One Task Off Your Plate. Ina-advocate ko rin sa kanila VAK. No? Visual, Auditory, Kinesthetic, may video, merong mga maririnig sila, at meron pang makikitang checklist. No? So, tama yun. No? I agree with you, Coach Migs. Yan din ang aking experience for so many years. And we also shared the same mentor who taught us. So, yun. No? Moving from survival mode to systems thinking. Kailangan meron tayong SOP. Ang tawag namin sa aming team is HAT manual, but it's the same thing. SOP, lahat ng mga bagay na natutunan natin, yung mga fighting fires, gawan natin ng SOP para yun ang pwede nating i-delegate. Okay. So now, we go to the next one. Yan. Ako, ang bilis-bilis. Next.
Alright. Number 5 po is, ito particularly for leadership naman. No? The principle is called lead with boundaries and consistent feedback. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Ito po, leadership naman. Particularly for HR. Yan. Kung meron kayong mga tao, the common mistake of a lot of people, Mami N, kasi, and even, ito based on experience, no? Kapag meron tayong bagong hire, talagang syempre, lalo na Pinoy tayo, meron tayong culture ng pakikisama, meron tayong culture ng pagiging mabait. Sometimes, yung ibang negosyante nga, no, ang mistake nila, mabuti ng malugi, wag lang magmukhang masama. So, yun yung nangyayari with a lot of entrepreneurs. The common mistake that a lot of leaders na na-notice ko, including myself in the past, Mami N, is kapag nagsisimula yung mga tao, gusto natin maging mukhang mabait, so nagiging lenient tayo. Tapos, kapag naging lenient tayo, kapag marami silang mga ginagawang mali, kapag napuno tayo, doon tayo nagagalit. So, nagkokos siya ng conflict. Sumasabog, nagkokos ng conflict, tapos, ikaw pa yung sinisisi ngayon ng tao mo. Sasabihin ng tao mo, hindi ka naman ganyan dati. Mabait ka naman dati. Tapos ngayon, for something of a minor task, grabe ka naman magalit. Pero para sa'yo, it's no longer a minor task. Kasi maybe, number 1, sumabog ka na sa dami nung pinagbigyan mo in the past. Or number 2, paulit-ulit. Yung pagkakamali nila, paulit-ulit. So, this is what I realized, no? Personally, what I've adjusted in my leadership, Mami N, is this. Sa simula pa lang, I was tough. I was strict. Alam ng mga tao ko yan, no? When they work with me, from the beginning, they already know that I lead with clear boundaries. Lagi ko tong sinasabi, Mami N, no? Including relatives. Kasi meron akong mga tao, Mami N, na relatives. The moment they enter the office, alam na nila, hindi tayo magkaibigan, hindi tayo magka-relatives. Tao kita. As in, ganyan ka direct, Mami N, no? Tao kita, boss mo ko. Bakit? From the beginning. So that they understand clear boundaries na okay, we're not friends. Sabi ko, in the office, when people come to the office, sabi ko, okay, tayo ay magtatrabaho, hindi tayo nandito para maging friends. Now, what happens, Mami N? As we go along and they continue to make right decisions, nagkakaroon na sila nung tinatawag na discipline and responsibility. In my defense, Mami N, hindi naman talaga ako hindi ako nag-check ng what do you do every minute of every day. Pero, kailangan ko lang ma-communicate yung boundary to begin with. Now, the moment that as we go along, they make right decisions from the beginning, kasi nga hindi na nila ako tinitake for granted. Alam nila na stricto ako, tough ako, masungit. Therefore, ginagawa na nila kahit papano, hindi man tama all the time because nobody is perfect, but at least I know that they're trying their best all the time. Now, the moment that they become self-managed, then I let go of my control. So what do I always say? Micromanagement dies when self-management begins. So kapag nakita ko na yung tao ko is self-managed already, let go na ako ng aking strict nature. Kumbaga ako, hayaan mo na yan. Alam niya na kung anong gagawin niya. Kung anong trip niya, basta alam niya yung dapat i-accomplish, alam niya yung output. Meron akong term ngayon, Mami N, no? Allow me to say this. I recently made a memo for my people. At ang sinasabi ko is this, I will not be looking at what you do at every minute of every day. I'm not even controlling your 8-hour work, but I expect 8-hour outputs. So, hindi ko ima-micromanage kung ano yung gagawin mo sa 8 hours mo, paano mo siya isuspend. Or maybe for some na magagaling, Mami, and they're just spending 4 hours. For me, it doesn't matter. Okay lang sa akin yun. Walang problema. However, I will require and I will demand 8-hour outputs. Doon ako titingin. Bakit? Because the moment my people are self-managed, then I don't have to micromanage. In the same way, when people are not self-managed, and this is my question to the business owner, how can I not micromanage? If bawat instruction kailangan manggaling sa akin. If kailangan ko pang magbigay ng utos bago kumilos. So, hindi siya pwede. So, yung SOP, chine-check ko yan when they're starting so that pag tumagal na sila, I don't have to look at it anymore. I don't have to be strict when there's nothing to be strict about. Ayun po.
Yan, ang galing. Okay, 8-hour outputs. Wow. Okay, merong nagtatanong dito bago tayo pumunta doon sa last strategy natin, ha? Okay lang, Coach?
Go.
Tonmon, sabi niya, paki-explain naman the difference between manager and leader in the organization.
Okay, very good question. Syempre marami na kayong narinig on the difference between a leader and a manager. But ako, I just wanna go scientific around it. Ano ibig sabihin nun? The manager is supposed to manage. Ibig sabihin, the leader's job is to provide the vision, the direction, and on how to do things. The manager's job is to ensure na yung sinabing gagawin ay ginagawa. So, Yun yung sinasabi ko, Mami N, na ano, no? Kailangan may pareho. Sabi, di ba kasi nagkaroon ng ano niyan eh, may sumikat na ganyan, Mami N, na parang, I want you to be a leader, not a boss. I want you to be a leader, not a manager. For me, you need both. Because if I don't have a manager, I cannot do my job as a leader. So I need that manager so I can focus on leading the team. Kasi kung ako pa yung magli-lead, i-check ko saan tayo papunta, saan ang risks, saan ang negosyo, where's the next opportunity in our business, tapos iisipin ko pa yung quality assurance ng ating mga products or services, tapos iisipin ko pa yung SOPs natin, ay mamamatay na ako niyan, Mami N. Wala na akong oras sa pamilya ko niyan. So, the reason why I need both is because my manager ensures that I can focus on leading the team. In the same way, baliktad din. If I'm a manager today, kunyari ikaw ay nanonood ngayon and you are a manager today. If you are a manager today, you need a leader para alam nyo kung saan kayo pupunta. Until such time that you can replace yourself, the goal, everybody, no, is to replace yourself. Whether you're an employee or an employer, the goal is to always replace yourself. Hindi pwede na isa sa mga maliit ng negosyo, Mami N, particularly in the Philippines, allow me to say this, is sa Pinas, tinitreat nating baby yung negosyo. Hindi po. Your business is supposed to work for you. It's not you supposing to work for business. For now, you're supposed to work for your business today so that one day it works for you. So, pag ang tanong doon, Coach Migs, masyadong malalim, ano bang goal? The goal is to replace yourself. If you are an employee today, you are a manager, the goal is to replace yourself. Para you can think of better things. Kasi napalitan ka na, then you can now think of better things. So right now, allow me to share IM Plus for example. Alam nyo naman po, no? IM Plus is already existing in 6 different locations. We have one in Cagayan de Oro, we have one in Davao, we have one in Dubai, we have one in Pasig, so on and so forth. Dati, isa lang si IM Plus. Pasig, yun na yun. So, what did I do? I looked for a replacement. Sino magre-replace sa akin sa Pasig para hindi ko naisipin yung Pasig? Kasi kapag Pasig lang ang iniisip ko, hindi na ako makakapag-expand, hindi na ako lalago, hindi na ako lalawak. So when I found myself as a replacement, na siya na ang tumututok ng Pasig, pwede ko nang isipin lahat ng branches. So I hope no na nakukuha ng ating mga viewers yon. In the same way, in the Genesis Group, it used to be a retail company. Ayan, nag-welcome sa inyo, Mami N. Sina Nani, it used to be a retail. Sabi ko, hindi, the goal is to replace yourself. So, that's why it now became a group. So that every department will have their own general managers or their own COOs or CEOs. So that we can have ourselves replaced. So, does that mean now we're retired just because we replace ourselves? Hindi po. That only means that we can think of better opportunities and bigger opportunities because yung task na iniisip namin every single day before, hindi na namin kailangan isipin ngayon. So whether you are an employee or an employer, the goal is to replace yourself. Yan.
Agree, no? Wag tayong matakot na mag-delegate, wag tayong matakot na turuan yung mga tao na nasa under sa atin. Kasi, paano tayong aangat kung sila hindi umaangat? Pero pag-angat nila, tayo ay aangat din. Especially employees, no? And since we are creators, business owners, hindi kami nauubusan ng iniisip para sa just for the others who are not CEOs yet, no? We have so many ideas, hindi lang namin ma-accomplish dahil kulang ng tao na gagawa. Kaya the important thing is to really hire more people so that we can delegate to them after we will have created the SOPs so that we can continue to think. Ayun ang kagandahan sa negosyo, no? Hindi yung boring stuff, diba, Coach Migs? Kundi yung creation, the creating phase. Kaya alam kong si Coach Migs ay mahilig na mahilig tumulong sa mga business owners dahil na-excite siyang mag-isip para sa atin. Yes, and that is also why Mommy N at 70 years old is doing this. Kaya ako nagmamami N at nakikipag-usap ako sa maraming mga tao at maraming business owners dahil ayokong gawin yung ginagawa ko araw-araw na ako yung gagawa ng SOP. Sasabihin ko lang na, oy, gumawa kayo ng SOP. Alam nyo na yan. So, tuturuan ko silang gumawa ng SOP. And that is the boring stuff that I don't want to do. But the exciting stuff is to be able to strategize with them. Diba? Coach, napaka-exciting yan. Yes. And since you are talking about thinking like a CEO, probably we can go to the last strategy before we answer some of the questions. So, Coach, pang-anim, the sixth and the last strategy for today.
All right, thank you, Mami N. And of course, last but not the least is this, embrace the weight of leadership and adjust if needed. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? Di ba kanina sabi ko nga, nag-demand ka ng excellence sa inyong mga tao. Tinrain mo, tapos nag-demand ka ng excellence. You're looking for 8-hour outputs. Your goal now is to reward them naman. The weight of leadership will always fall on you, especially if you are a business owner. Allow me to say this, Mami Ena. It's unfair that you ask your employees to commit as much as you. Bakit siya unfair? Particularly sa mga business owners nating viewers. Kasi hindi naman sila yung may-ari ng negosyo. So, they can only commit to the extent of their career. But they cannot commit to the extent as you. Kasi ikaw may-ari ka, kaya yung paki mo sa negosyo sobrang taas. Hindi naman sila may-ari. Ngayon, kung gusto mo na may paki rin sila, edi gawin mong co-owner yan para may paki rin yan. Ngayon, kung sabihin mo sa akin, coach, hindi pa naman handa yan. Edi i-train mo muna, but you cannot expect them to care as much as you. Therefore, what's my point? The point is, the weight of leadership as an owner will always be onto you, not onto your people. Kaya yung kumpanya hindi siya naglalago kasi ang sisi natin lagi sa ating mga tao versus sa atin. Dapat as a leader, atin ang sisi. Ngayon, kapag maganda ang ginagawa, ito yung sinasabi nila, di ba? In leadership daw, ang sisi sa'yo, pero kapag ang credit sa kanila. Tapos sabi nung iba, unfair naman yon, Coach Migs, Mami N, unfair naman yon. Pero this is my take on it. Bakit ang sisi sa akin, pero ang credit sa kanila? Kasi nga, ang goal is mapalitan ako. Kasi for me, pag napalitan na ako, edi I can have more freedom, I can have more time with my family, I can have time for creation. So, okay lang na mapunta sa kanila yung credit. Because now, ang tawag ko dito is what? I'm paying for my freedom. Ang tawag ko dito is I'm buying my time back. Yan. So, if that means that I have to carry the weight and I have to give my people credit, so be it, because that's the price to pay for buying my time and that's the price to pay for my own freedom. And that's enough for me. Which means leadership is a responsibility in itself. So, kailangan talaga very clear tayo around that. Now, the question is how? A lot of people, Mami, will ask, paano nga ba? Simple lang po, no? Personally, KPIs, kung kanina may SOPs, ngayon KPI naman, dapat KPI lang po ang nagde-decide. Hindi pwedeng tenure, hindi porket 20 years na yan sa negosyo mo, kahit hindi siya magaling na po-promote, no? KPI lang ang magbe-base, hindi pwedeng tenure, hindi pwedeng personal relationship. Kasi yung iba, Mami, na po-promote dahil lang nasanay na. Pero underproductive naman pala. So, it cannot be that way. It has to be KPI-based only. And if people are underperforming based on KPI, as leaders, we need to take the necessary measures for underperforming people. No? Yun po ang ating number 6.
Yan, no? So KPI, no? So which means na when we promote somebody, when we praise them, or when we reprimand them, it has to be based on KPIs. Hindi porke maganda sila, hindi porke matagal na sila, hindi porke kamag-anak natin sila, but it's really the KPI. So thank you very much. We're really learning so much, no? Sana ma-apply natin yung lahat ng natutunan natin. Sabi nga, KPI is something that you need to measure para maging basis kung sino yung i-hire natin, sino yung ipopromote natin, kung natututo ba sila sa trainings na binibigay natin, at kailangan na ba natin silang to say babayu sa kanila, no? Kasi iba talagang wala talaga, nagkamali tayo ng hire, so hindi talaga makahabol sa kanilang mga KPIs. Baka mali yung na-hire natin, baka mali yung lugar na pinaglagyan natin, kaya pinaglagyan natin sa kanila. Kaya meron po kaming ginagawang, some of you are here because you have already responded to us, no? Nag-invite po kami doon sa aming bagong course for next week. Ilo-launch namin next week yung Tamang Tao sa Tamang Trabaho. Andun po, we will be talking about KPIs, paano natin ma-measure yung mga nagagawa nila for us to be able to judge or to gauge kung tama ba yung ginagawa ng ating mga employees. Yan. Okay. So, I guess we're good, no? Meron ka pang gustong idagdag, Coach?
I'm good. Mami N, meron lang mga questions I'm willing to answer.
Okay, so let's answer the questions now.
Ito, merong isang tanong, Mami N. From, I think this is from DM or from your Facebook yata. Is it okay daw ba na mag-share ng information na confidential like revenue or sales ng company sa mga employees?
Depende yan, no? Ako, I share. But depende sa inyo, choice ninyo, no? Pero bago natin i-share yung mga confidential information, kailangan clear muna tayo sa context na naintindihan nila yung context. Yon. No? Pag hindi sila clear, kasi kung minsan halimbawa, nag-share tayo ng sales. Sabi natin, sales, ganito, ganyan-ganyan. Ito yung ating targets, ganyan-ganyan. Baka kala nila lahat ng sales pera natin. Kaya kailangan ma-explain muna natin ng mabuti na ang sales ay hindi pera natin, kundi yun lang yung benta natin kasi meron tayong igagastos. For example, bakery. Yung sales, papasok na pera, ay hindi lahat atin yon kasi yung iba pupunta sa mga suppliers natin, yung iba ipapambayad natin sa ating mga employees, sa mga packaging at kung ano-ano pa. Dapat naiintindihan nila na yung sales ay hindi lahat na pupunta sa atin. And marami pang other things. So if you share confidential information, it depends on the readiness of the employees. No, kaya sabi nga ni Coach ay kailangan matrain silang lahat. May nakita ako dito, si Cla Antonino is asking how much po is the training. I guess this is referring to the get one task off your plate, no? The training po is almost 9,000, 8,998 yata, no? So, but just know na that's only 8,998. Imagine if you can delegate correctly to even one person, bawing-bawin nyo na yan. Okay, sa yung nagkamali kayo ng na-delegate tapos at the end, binawi nyo lahat, kayo pa rin ang gumawa. So, magkano yung time ninyo na mawawala sa inyo dahil kayo yung mga gumagawa ng hindi nyo dapat gawin. So let us think of yung mga nanonood dito. I want you to think of itong mga questions na how much. I want you to think of it as an investment in yourself. All right? Okay. Sabi ni Anton, sa amin micromanagement, masaklap yung manager namin, lahat ng gagawin mo ayaw tanggapin. Another try daw uli. Paano niya maintindihan yung ginagawa ko? Di naman siya IT at walang background sa IT kasi galing siya sa sales department. How would you answer this, Coach Migs?
All right, thank you for giving it to me. Personally, I wanna provide context kasi maganda actually na galing sa sales yung nagbibigay ng feedback. Kasi yung blind spots will always be seen by people outside. So personally, hindi ko siya iti-take against Mami N na, uy, grabe naman, di naman niya kami naiintindihan. Kasi remember, yung limits, naiintindihan yon kapag nasa loob ka. Pero hindi yung limits, hindi siya naiintindihan ng mga nasa labas. So, sino yung better person to tell about what's possible and not rather than the person from the outside? So, personally, diyan papasok yung balanse. Ito yung hanggang kaya gawin ng IT, pero ito yung kayang gawin ito yung nakikita ng sales. Personally, magandang hindi siya pwedeng magmatigasan na ito yung posible versus ito yung kayang gawin. Kasi what if si sales, kaya niyang i-push si IT to do something that is not been done before. Di proprietary system na yan. Kasi nga, hindi pa nagagawa before pero nakita ni sales. In the same way, si sales, kailangan naman niya din balansehin na hindi, hanggang dito lang yung kaya. Personally, I have certain investment in a tech company. Pero ito, Mami N, is hindi ako involved on the operation. Investment lamang. I have investment in the tech company and I'm the one that's telling the tech company, ito na yung nakikita ko sa market, gawin nyo. It's really pushing them. Hindi pa to nagagawa before, pero it's a good thing to do. Bakit? Kasi once that we've broken something that has never been done before, personally, proprietary, what do you call that? Property. Magiging intellectual property nyo yan. So, para sa kabutihan nyo rin yun. Ayun po.
Oo, I agree with Coach ha. Kasi kung ang sales department ang humihingi, ang habol ng sales, meron silang target na dapat na ibenta. Bakit sila may target na dapat mabenta na sales? Kasi yung company, walang pang sweldo kung walang benta ang sales department. Kaya kung ano yung hinihingi ng customer, yun hihingin sa inyo, sales. So, kung hindi ninyo naintindihan, maybe what you need is to just sit down and communicate na ano ba talaga ang gusto nyong mangyari. Ano ba yung mga kailangan naming ilabas, no? I-produce, no? Kaya dyan papasok yung mga SOP. Ano ba yung mga kailangan na, mga standards na hinahanap ninyo sa amin? Tulad ng aking, my son has a video editing firm, and nung una, pabalik-balik, no? Hindi pwede, mali. So, sabi ko, hindi pwedeng ganyan, madi-discourage yung mga video editor. Ano ba talaga hinahanap nyo? Ilista nyo, i-document nyo. Ito yung standards. So, because of that, nawala na yung kanilang QC. Kasi yung nag-QC, siya yung parating, kontrabida, parating na di-disapprove. Sabi ko, ibigay nyo kasi yung standard dito sa mga video editors. Para sila mismo, alam na nila kung ano yung gagawin nila. Sila mismo ang mag-QC. So, nabawasan ng isang tao dahil naging clear yung standard. So, sabi nga ni Coach Migs, kailangan nyo lang mag-usap. Okay? I hope nakatulong, Anton, na. Si Melit naman, my friend, si Melit. For sold prop, ikaw na manager, ikaw pa ang leader, etc. Kaya hirap po sa focus at growth. What can you say about this?
Alright, sa simula, lahat naman tayo na nagsimula sa negosyo, tayo all-in-one tayo. Pero wala talagang growth na mangyayari unless we need to make decisions. At ano yung decision na yon? Which is to hire someone. Now, the next question is, kaso mahina pa yung negosyo, sole prop. Di go back to the sales. Top line. Kaya nga po ang sales, ang tawag sa sales is top line. Kasi when the top line is taken cared for, the bottom line can be taken cared of as well. So, simulan natin with sales. Now, may benta na, meron na tayong additional revenue, then that's the time, again, you hire. Ngayon, meron tayong mga objection na naririnig, Mami N, na parang for some people, no, na, kaso, ang hirap makabenta, wala pa kaming dagdag budget for advertising. Kung wala pa pong dagdag budget for advertising, ang marirecommend ko talaga is, daanin muna sa sipag. Huwag mo na rumason, no? Kasi kung kailangan magkabenta lamang. Kung kailangan mag-cold call, magkabenta lamang. Marami namang free wifi dyan. Kung walang advertising budget, di daanin muna sa sipag. Now, kapag may nakakuha na ng benta, then start hiring. Para hindi na ikaw all-in-one. Hindi kasi talaga totoo, ma'am, yung meron kasi ngayon nauuso because of AI, one-man businessman. Nauuso yan, Mami N. Hindi ako agree doon. Kasi nga, if one man ka lang, how can you be replaced? Yeah. If the goal is to replace yourself, then you cannot replace yourself if you're just a one-man business owner. So, yes, AI will be there to support you with a lot of tasks, with a lot of things, but it cannot replace a human replacement. So, at one department at a time. So, maybe mag-start ka muna with an admin. Siya na muna ang HR admin EA. Kausapin mo na muna. Lahat naman, Mami N, na-realize ko sa tao na pag-uusapan, di naman lahat sahod lang ang tinitignan. In my experience, when I was starting, no, my business manager right now used to be my EA / gawa ng Google Docs / lahat na. Kinausap ko siya during that time. Nagsisimula pa lang ako. Ito pa lang yung kaya ko maibigay. Alam ko, maliit lang sahod mo. Pero tiwala ka lang. As we go along, madadagdagan yan. Mami N, she's been with me for the past 5 years. And syempre, na-increasean na siya. Tumaas na yung mga income niya. Pero hindi yun nagsimulang ganun. It really started very, very small. And so I realized human beings are like that as well, na pag-uusapan naman yan, naiintindihan naman yan ng mga tamang tao. Ira, for example, no, nandito si Ira. Ira has been with me for 5 years also. Ngayon may negosyo na yan, meron na siyang clothing line, pero she's still with me. Because, again, maybe lahat naman yan nadadaan sa tamang pag-uusap. Pero ang hindi pwede for the business owner na nagtanong is all-in-one ka. Dapat talaga you gotta make a change in decision in making sure you've got people to work with you. Ayun po.
Right, I agree, no? So, si Melit is my friend actually, no? Sole proprietor siya. Kaya, sabi nga ni, coach, is let's say you're working 12 hours a day, Melit. Dagdagan mo pa ng 1 oras para gumawa ka ng SOP, para pwede kang mag-hire, no? Eventually, yung 1 oras na idadagdag mo, mababawasan yan dahil meron ng isang tao na hahawak nung ginagawa mo. So, mababawasan ng 1 hour. And then, yan, yan, get one task off your plate. Hindi ko sinasabing mag-delegate ka bukas wala ka nang gagawin. Isa-isa, dahan-dahan. Tapos, from there, makikita mo na dadami rin yung gagawin mo pero hindi na yung parating pabalik-balik at yun pa rin. Yan. I hope na sagot, Melit, no? So, si Anton pa uli, no? Sabi niya, karamihan daw ng naging boss niya, na manager niya, manage lang talaga siya pero wala siyang direksyon. Sa amin pa nagtatanong anong dapat gawin, mostly ganun ang experience ko sa naging manager ko. Tapos, sabi pa nga niya, sana nga napapanood ito ng mga dati kong naging manager, para naman matauhan sila at ma-improve ang sarili nila. What can you comment about this, Coach Migs?
Syempre, we want them na mapanood to. However, change will really start from the inside. Anton, ito, magiging honest na ako, Anton, upfront, no? Kung lahat ng boss na napagtrabahuhan mo, ganyan, brother, ikaw na ang common denominator. Kasi lahat ng napapasukan mo, pareho pa din. So, maybe the better question is, ano kayang magandang magbago tungkol sa'yo para magbago na yung pattern. Kasi nagiging pattern. Ako personally, Mami, and ganyan ako tumingin, no? I think I look in terms of patterns. Kunwari, out of the 5 engagements na ginagawa ko, pare-pareho yung outcome. Bago ko sila, yung first 2 maybe, sisisihin ko yung mga yan. Hindi, kasi hindi kami aligned. Yan yung lagi ko sinasagot. Pero kapag mga nakaka-4 na yan, 5 na yan, teka lang, ako na yata yung hindi aligned kasi paulit-ulit na siya. So, again, lagi nating sinasabi, walang magbabago kung wala kang babaguhin. And maybe, ang pagbabago magsisimula yan sa sarili.
Yan, no? And tulad nga ng sabi mo, Coach Migs, no, ang negosyante ay responsible. Kung baga tinitingnan niya yung sarili niya, bakit hindi nagwo-work? Instead of saying na, bakit hindi nagwo-work dahil sa kanila? Parang, ano kaya ang aking pwedeng gawin para mag-work na to? So, Anton, I hope you will be able to learn this and I would like to invite you to attend IM Plus. Discovery, ang entry point? Discovery is one of the life-changing seminars o events. 3-day pa ba to? 2 days?
2 days.
2 days lang ito, Anton. You will learn a lot from here dahil I promise you it will be life-changing for you as it has been life-changing for me. Actually, next year yung buong team ko dadalhin ko dyan para at least pareho kami ng mindset. Yan. No? So, Coach Migs, thank you sa ating mga valuable insights, no? So, meron ka bang final words para sa ating mga viewers?
Number 1, of course, i-share naman din to ni Mami and mamaya. Please follow my pages on social media. Also, I've written 2 books digitally. That's my mindset on business development and sales. You can actually check on that, guys. And last but not the least, I really wish and root for your success, everybody. Particularly because ang paniniwala ko, kapag isang negosyo ang lumago, pati kabuhayan ng empleyado lumalago. So, Kaya sobrang supportive ako to my fellow business owners kasi hindi lamang buhay natin yung nababago sa negosyo. Sabi nga nila, the greatest flex isn't about the material possessions in business. The greatest flex is the livelihood na naibibigay natin sa mga nagtatrabaho sa atin. So, please follow my pages. If you want to get my books, we will be giving you the links on how to access my books. And last but not the least, if you wanna inquire or whatever, just message me on my Facebook pages. Yun lang po, Mami N. Maraming salamat.
So, okay. So, ang dami nating natutunan kay Coach Mig, no? So, thank you everyone for engaging, no? So, lahat ng resources that we mentioned today, yung starter kit, yung libro natin, yung mga free na e-books ni Coach Migs, lahat yan nakalink lahat sa ating comment section. So feel free to grab what is helpful for your journey. And join us again next Tuesday, no, for another episode of our Facebook Live, no. For the first time next week, you will meet one of my clients, actually for the second time na. Etong clients na to ay one of my favorite people. Nag-umpisa sila, yung pareho silang OFW, umuwi sila dito at nagnegosyo sila before the pandemic. At nag-umpisa sila pandemic. So ang title nun is How We Started Our Business with No Experience. Lessons lessons from our first 3 years. So sila ay si Don and Lud Barica. No, sabi ko nga, OFWs turned couplepreneurs. Ang galing po ng kanilang restaurant, yung Las Baricas sa Siargao Island. Kaya the surfing island of the Philippines. I'm so super excited. You will hear their story and you will learn what it is that they went through. Anong mga lessons na natutunan nila para hindi na natin ulitin. And stay tuned, no, anak, no? Remember to connect with Coach Migs. Remember to access yung kanyang mga free resources. Ang dami-dami po. Itong mga tinuro niya ngayon, naku, wala po yan sa 1% ng pwede niyang ituro sa atin. Please connect with him. Okay? Until then, keep shining and keep being business-minded, Pinoy.